You know, the ones who are not going to spend an eternity with Him and those who are going to spend an eternity with Him. And there's going to be some people to argue, well, the people who don't believe in Him or that claim to be atheists don't have a relationship with Him. Of course they do. They absolutely do. It's not a one-on-one type of relationship, though. You know? I have a relationship with my neighbor's dogs. I don't go over there and play with them or anything like that. And it's not what most people conceptualize as being a relationship. But I do look out for them, just as Scripture says that it rains on the just and the unjust. So even though these people that claim that there is no Creator and they don't believe in Him and yada yada yada, the Father still sends the rain. The Father still allows them the ability to live and breathe and do the things that they do. Because we know that without Him willing it so, we literally couldn't even breathe. Period. And I know you say, well, that's an involuntary physical reaction. Well, of course it is. Because He wills it to be so. It's that simple. So, if we all have these unique, and when I say unique, I don't mean that this person over here and this person over here, they're identical twins and they do every single thing exactly the same every day, all the time, forever and ever and ever. You know, they eat the same things at the same time, they chew and swallow. I mean, if they did every single thing identically, they would still have a unique relationship, independent of one another, completely different than one another, or maybe not completely different, but there are no two people that have ever lived and breathed and walked that have had the same thoughts at the same time. You know, it just, I don't know how to explain it. It's infinite variability. And I'll be the first to tell you that there's only one thing that's infinite, and that is the Father. But when I say infinite variability, well, see, that's not even right. So it's still a finite variability. Apologies, it's just the way my brain works. But it's an uncountable, immeasurable by us type of variability. I'll put it that way. So, if all of us are that different and we all have a relationship with the Father, isn't it possible for Him to have a relationship with us even though there are things that we don't understand? And if He who is perfect, without flaw, He is literally the definition of perfect righteousness. So if He who is without flaw, who defines righteousness with such absolute authority, you know, the Creator, and evil cannot stand in His presence. It's not that He can't look at evil, it's that evil cannot stand in His presence. That's what it is. See, everybody that says, oh, He can't look on evil, oh, God can't be around evil, that's not true. He's the Almighty Elohim. There's nothing beyond Him or beyond His ability to do. But evil cannot stand in His presence. That's the way it works. If He is willing to put up with us because he loves us, even though he knows the areas that we're right and wrong in. How is it that we can't put up with each other? You know, why do we have to block people? And you know, I get the urge to block people sometimes. You know, and there are actually some people that I have blocked, but those are people that harass me. And I don't just mean they get up there and they type something that I don't like or I don't agree with or something like that. I mean, they literally seek me out and harass me. You know, I've got a few people that I know here in the world who have sought me out on Facebook to harass me, so I just block them. But people that I don't agree with theologically, you know, in I'll say the Hebrew roots movement, I don't agree with that label, but just for simplicity's sake, I'll call it that. You know, I don't block them unless they do become belligerent and get to harassing me about things. So, why are we so quick to get angry when people don't agree with us? You know, and especially because it wasn't a leading question. It was an honest question, because this fella, he gave me the impression that he understood Hebrew and could read it and had original copies of the scriptures and stuff like that. You know, so I asked him, well, what does forever here mean? Is it, you know, the same word? And you know, he just, you know, I don't have the patience to deal with that stupidity. Block. Well, excuse me for asking a question. You know, I try to answer questions that people ask. And if I can't answer a question, if I don't know, if I haven't studied it or something other like that, guess what? I say I don't know. I don't sit there and ramble off a bunch of word salad trying to make myself look smarter than I am. Because I'll tell you, you know, Yahweh has blessed me with knowledge and understanding and wisdom in a lot of things. But I don't know everything. So don't be afraid to say you don't know. Or don't be afraid to say you don't understand. You know, and when Yahweh blesses you with something, when Yahweh sends someone, even though that someone may not have all the right answers, you should be inspired to think for yourself. You see, there's an old saying, oh shoot, I forgot. Hang on, I'm gonna have to look at it here. And this video is getting a bit long, so I'm probably gonna make it a two-parter. Let's see. Oh yeah, you know, there's an old saying that says you have to pick your battles. All right. Well, a lot of times folks think that I'm being nitpicky, because I'll hone in on a single word or a single concept or something other like that, and I won't let it rest until I'm satisfied that I understand, or it just gets too late, or I get too sleepy and have to go to bed or something other. But you know, when someone is wrong and it's obvious that they're wrong, such as participating in Halloween, you know, the Devil's Day. Well, it's not really the Devil's Day, but you know what I'm saying. No, I won't hound them to the point that I make them mad and make them close up and close down and stop talking and stop listening and stuff like that. But I don't know how to, I'm not going to sit there, because there's this popular saying that has come along within the past few years well, we'll just have to agree to disagree. Well, no, I'm not going to sit here and agree to disagree. I'm not going to do that. I'm telling you that you're wrong. You can disagree with me all you want to, but you are the one that's in the wrong. And, you know, it's not from a place of pride, because we know the origins of Halloween. We know the origins of Christmas. We know the origins of Easter. We know these things. So we know what the truth of the matter is. We know that they all originated in paganism. And the easiest way to know that something originated in paganism is to see whether it's in the Bible or not. If it's not one of Yahweh's feasts, then it originated somewhere else. To the point, and at the risk of some of y'all arguing that I'm not patriotic, which is not true. I'm a veteran. I was in the military. And if I had known then what I know now, I might would have stayed in a little bit longer than I did. But anyway, I am absolutely a patriot. But I'm a child of Yahweh first. Being a child of Yahweh should come before everything else. That should come before your husband or your wife or your children or your parents, your grandparents. Being a child of Yahweh is first. Period. Everything else comes after that. And when I say being a child of Yahweh, I'm not just speaking on some ethereal level or something other like that. I'm literally talking about the way we demonstrate whose child we are is by our actions. So obedience displays or shows that you are a child of Yahweh. If you're not obedient, you're not his child. That's simple. So, and by obedient, I mean obedient to him. But anyway, see, I've been lost my train of thought there. The child of Yahweh first. So, oh yeah, that's right. Talking about pagan holidays and whatnot. So if it's not one of Yahweh's holidays, it comes from paganism. Even to the point of celebrating the 4th of July. You know, because for all intents and purposes, that is a birthday celebration of the country, right? Okay. Where in Scripture does it tell us to celebrate anybody's birthday, much less a government's birthday? Because essentially, that's what the birth of the country is. It's when the government was founded and solidified as being a separate entity. So, by celebrating a person's birthday, an animal's birthday, a country's birthday, or whatever, what you're doing is you're putting the focus on whatever that thing is whose birth you're celebrating. Which the country couldn't have a birthday to start with because it was not birth. It's a founding day celebration. But you're still elevating that to be the God of the day, for lack of a better way to put it. So, I don't celebrate the 4th of July or Thanksgiving or anything else that's not in Scripture. And I don't even celebrate all of those because I don't know how. And moreover, I don't know when. Because, you know, I covered that in another video. I'm not going to get into it again. It's actually the last video that was posted before this one. I don't remember the title. I'll put a link to it in the description. But, and when I say the last video before this one, I'm talking about before part 1 of this video, because I'm going to have to break it up. But, so, I choose every battle, you know. And I'm not going to agree to disagree, because if you disagree with what's written in Scripture, you're wrong. Period. It's just that simple. But there's another saying, and this one is actually far more relevant to today, and if there's nothing we can do to change it, at least it explains how we got here. And it's the only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is that good men do nothing.